Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If this is not a sign that Ukraine is losing big time and I would say prepares for a catastrophic defeat, I don't know what it is. I have here an article from the New Voice of Ukraine. So this comes from the Ukrainians who are preparing Kiev for an invasion. So why would you prepare Kiev for an invasion if you are keeping the Russians at bay? That means you're not. You're about to snap, crack. Let me show you this article from the New Voice of Ukraine. It is from June 5, 2024. Large-scale military drills to take place in and around Kiev. Why? Why not Lviv or Lvov? Why not Washington, D.C.? I don't know, why not Potsdam? Why not Berlin? Why not London? Because they're not expecting Russian boots there yet. That's why. Is there any other explanation? If you say, well, preparedness. For what exactly? For someone to show up. And why now? Why not, I don't know, 5 months ago? Why not 8 months ago? Why not 2 years ago? Because at that time the front was stabilized. Now it seems like the Russians are coming. So let me show you this article coming from New Voice of Ukraine. Here it is. Ram pam pam. And it says large-scale military drills to take place in and around Kiev. The Ukrainians, I would say, ugly, fought the Russians inside cities. And some people may say, well, you fight wherever you want. Okay, that's true. But sometimes when you fight in a, I don't know, nursery or something like that, you expose certain individuals to destruction. You choose to defend in a nursery or a nursing home or, I don't know, a school with children. So yes, you picked a spot. Now, should you just let it go? I think you should go over there and fight the war, but you take responsibility for your actions. Therefore, when you look at Mariupol, raised. When you look at Soledar, raised. When you looked at Avdiivka, raised. Bakhmut, raised. Shasir Yav, raised. All this and more is because the Ukrainians were defending their country in the cities. And you say, what are you talking about, Emil? I will give you one example, and this is one famous example that I always use because you can't go around it. Remember Paris and during the Second World War when the Wehrmacht and the Panzerdivision rolling towards it? What did the French do? Did they defend Paris? No. Did the Germans destroy, razed Paris? No. Why was that? Because the French said, arrêtez, wait a little second here. We declare Paris an open city. Nothing to conquer here. And the Germans entered Paris and they did not destroy shit. Now that's, I would say, something very, very positive. I know very positive doesn't work, but I want to say very good. But you don't know how people will interpret that. That Paris is still as it is and the Germans did not destroy it. That tells you something. On the other hand, these guys are fighting inside their cities. Take responsibility. As little responsibility as you might have. Now we have here large-scale military drills to take place in and around Kiev. That means they are waiting for the Russians. The Russians are coming. What will they do? They tell you. They're going to have Kiev flattened. The Russians can't do that with one bomb, but they choose not to. Why? I don't know. I think because they're stupid. Besides being bad, right? That's what we're told. We're told that Putin is a madman, a crazy guy, but somehow he's not finishing the whole shit yesterday. Why? Because he thinks of consequences on both sides. Now let's read this article. Major command and staff exercises involving several military units will be conducted in Kiev Oblast from June 5 to June 13th, commander of the Ukrainian ground forces, Alexander Pavlyuk, announced on June 4th. The exercises will require the movement of heavy equipment and troops through the area, including the capital itself. Pavlyuk said the exercises will involve personnel, military equipment, and weapon systems from ground, river, air defense, and counter-sabotage units. The drills are being conducted to allow military personnel to practice various tasks during a defensive operation under conditions of, and I'm quoting, active use of the full spectrum of offensive weapons by the enemy and actions of enemy sabotage and reconnaissance groups. End quote. The commander urged civilians to remain calm and refrain from taking photos or videos of the equipment during the maneuvers. By conducting these drills, I think any person with half of a brain will realize, what? You didn't do it in 2 years and a half and now you do it? What's happening? Oh, these guys are coming, must be coming. So I think you create more panic by conducting this than not. Now, what do you think? Should they not conduct this? No, they should conduct it, but consequences, my friends, consequences. And my conclusion out of this is that they will snap, they will crack. The Russians will or already are breaking the front in Belgorod, Sumy, and in Donetsk Oblast, where they are advancing, and in Kharkiv, Kharkov as well. I mean, you can say, you have to be very naive to think that this is just a preparedness exercise. We'll just do it because, I woke up with a hard on, I decided to. Wait, that's a possibility. It's a possibility. Probability, slim. I think the other one has more logical weight than we have too many troops, we have to give them something to do. We're just going to do some maneuvers here, defensive maneuvers around and inside Kiev. My conclusion is the Russians are advancing and these guys are waiting any moment for the Russians to show up. Unless you just want to say, okay, just a regular drill. I don't think the Russians, now looking at the front, are really breaking the front and advancing like the Blitzkrieg by the Germans, how they went through Netherlands, blah, 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 and went around. Not like that kind, like fast. But I think these guys are feeling that they cannot hold back for long. With all the weapons, you need people to use the weapons. Unless you have instructors from outside that will instruct you how to use the weapons, I was about to say, and volunteers from outside to fight your war. So mercenaries and NATO troops, which I think they are over there, and they will be more and more. The Russians will them up. And these guys, the NATO guys who send them over there, will claim self-defense, we've been attacked, baboons, now we gotta go and fight the Russians because they are coming to you, get your children, your wife, your property, and you gotta fight for it. And for our values, yes, like I identify as, I don't know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.